A lot of you guys are out there and you're crushing it, doing great, seeing a lot of success, but then you come home and feel disconnected from your wife. You guys only talking about bills and schedules and things that doesn't really get you excited. What if it could be all turned around where you could do your business and still feel connected to your wife?
My wife is the CEO of the home. I put her on a salary of $100,000 a year. Mm-hmm. She does whatever the F she wants to do with it.
Mm-hmm. I realized that I was not a good leader. And it was a leadership problem.
Yeah.
And when I started to become a better leader, to empower her, that's when things changed.
Their wife is sitting there praying like, "Dear God, please tell me when my husband's going to wake up and start leading this family instead of blaming everybody but himself." Nobody better than you to work on that and show them the light.
Hey, what's up, everyone? Welcome back to the TMCT podcast, where we discuss marriage, mindset, and money. I'm your coach, Coach Kess, and I've been through the emotional trenches where I've been married and divorced 1.5 times. That means I was engaged to be married, and she just gave me back my ring. And now have a marriage that most people admire. And my wife and I, we built a 7-figure business, well, multiple businesses, and have a $10 million real estate portfolio. And in today's episode, I have a surprise for you guys where we're going to be breaking down one of the past episodes that we've done here on the TMCT podcast with one of my real estate millionaire mentors, Pace Morby. Here's the thing. A lot of you guys are out there and you're crushing it, doing great, seeing a lot of success, but then you come home and feel disconnected from your wife. You guys only talking about bills and schedules and things that doesn't really get you excited. I know, I've been there. It really does sting. And here's the thing. What if it could be all turned around where you could do your business and still feel connected to your wife? That's exactly what we're exploring today, and I know it's gonna click for you in a big way. So first up, I have this clip from Pace where he mentions that Laura, his wife, is the CEO of their home. Now, at this point in time, I had never heard the concept of having a CEO, your wife be the CEO of the home. And it was really intriguing. And this is what kind of sent me down the path of doing marriage like a business. And so listen in and we'll be back to break this down together.
My wife is the CEO of the home. She owns the home and she owns all of those types of things. And I think we balance it because I have a spouse that gets what I do.
The CEO of the home.
Yeah.
What does that look like?
CEO of the home. I let her make the decisions on a lot of things, like what classes the kids go to, when they go to those classes, how much help she wants to hire versus doesn't want to hire. I went through a divorce early in my life, and the main reason I went through a divorce is because I married a woman that didn't want to have kids. And when I met Laura, she had a 1-year-old baby. So it was kind of a match made in heaven. There's no counterbalance here. There's no balance. It's like you're pushing me to the other side. And so that obviously didn't work out.
So, okay, how powerful was that? Not because Pace said something super clever. It's because it's a system. And any system you could take and copy and paste it into your own life. So think about it with me, right? Laura, his wife, is the CEO of their home. In a business, a CEO has certain roles and responsibilities. That's why in the Run Your Marriage Like a Business framework, we have built out a marriage to look just like an organizational structure where your wife has a position and you have a position. Now, in your home, your wife may not be a CEO, but I want you to start thinking about it like that, because when you are in a specific position, there's a lot more clarity and the communication. You know what you're talking about and what that person is responsible for. And then he talked about why he went through a divorce, about the lady not wanting to have kids. And I like to express this as the vision and purpose of your marriage. Not knowing where you're going, it's like the NFL players not having a Super Bowl, but they're consistently doing all of this workouts and eating and all of the discipline that's required without a Super Bowl that they're working towards. And so if you don't have the same vision, if you don't know where you're going, then you're going to end up in something very similar, a divorce. And so that's the reason why it's so important to have a Super Bowl for your marriage is such a key point. Pace is just dropping nuggets here. Now, let's jump into the second clip. Wait till you hear this. When it comes to finances, because she's the CEO of the home, how do you guys kind of make that,
easy
work?
Easy. Bradley said something to me 4 years ago. He said, if your wife goes to Target and has to think about how much money is in the bank or if it's going to upset you about the credit card, then you're a lazy piece of shit.
Damn.
Get to work. Get to work. That's what he said. Get to work. Viewpoint. So what I did with my wife is I put her on a salary of $100,000 a year. She gets paid a salary, and she's an employee of the organization, the empire. So she has $100,000 cash. She does whatever the F she wants to do with it. And then she also puts everything on the family Amex, and I pay it off every Friday. Every Friday I pay it off. I don't care. I don't even look what she's spending the money on. I don't care. You go do whatever you want to do. And there's months where like my bookkeeper will go, hey, did you know that, blah, blah, blah. And I go, perfect. Tell her to spend more.
Yeah.
I need to be more efficient.
Now, this is huge because when it comes to finances, it's one of the biggest contentions that most people have in their marriage. Matter of fact, when my wife and I first got married, I used to always talk about the Amazon packages that kept coming to the house. And so we had a lot of contention when it comes to how we structured our finances. Now, today, I do it much like Pace, where she has her own account where she's allowed to spend how much she wants on from that account. I don't question her or ask her because the money flows in. It's always been our money. Now, in some marriages, some homes, some people have, your money and my money. I just don't think it's a great fit when you do that. I actually think it's really dumb. And here is where mental separation comes in. And this comes from my degrees of separation framework. And once you start having mental separation where this person on one side, let's say person A, the husband, is doing his own thing, and person B, the wife, is doing her own thing, where they're not even talking about like whose money is coming in and who. Oh my gosh, this thing just started playing. Where whose money is coming in from here, and I'm gonna pay this bill and my money pays that bill, and to some degree that could be true. But if it's not coming in one pot and that pot is what pays the bills, I believe that there will always be a level of looking at that person side-eye. I just think it's inevitable because there's going to be seasons in life, in marriage, when one person is up and the other person is not so up. And then that person is going to feel like they're not contributing. That makes the entire marriage feel it feels like weight, and that person feels guilty, and all of these emotions start coming up, and that could lead to resentment if it's not dealt with in a way that both people agree on. But how would you agree if you don't talk about it, and if it's your money and the other person's money? Now, that is a technical agreement, but is it an agreement out of collaboration or dictation? That's where it needs to come down to. Did you guys agree to manage the money from a place of this is what we both desire and want? Or is it out of we can't agree, so you just do your own thing? And I think this is really important. And what he shared, I believe, is a cheat code. it is a cheat code, and it goes straight into the same framework of running your marriage like a business. These are organizational steps and things that you could do to streamline communication, love, and intimacy in your marriage. Let's go to the final clip that we're going to play from this segment.
I realized that I was not a good leader, and it was a leadership problem.
Yeah.
And when I started to become a better leader, to empower her to do different things, that's when things change. And so, you know what I mean? And so there's some things that I seen that I thought was normal.
Yeah.
But I had to redo and build my own culture and kind of learn it different. 100%.
Their wife is sitting there praying like, dear God, please tell me when my husband's going to wake up and start leading this family instead of blaming everybody but himself. You know, like that's what's going on in a lot of these women's mind. And they're so patient and loving that they're not going to say that to their husband, but that's what's really going on.
Dude.
And nobody better than you to work on that and show them the light.
Man.
So here we have a major point, leadership in the home. And I'm sharing with you all, like when getting started, I was not a good leader. And still working on it. I think it's one of those things that as your situation changes, grows, you go through different seasons in your marriage, it requires another level of leadership. But up until a few years ago, leadership was not a thing for me where I was intentionally working on it. And I've talked to hundreds of men who have no idea what the word leadership even means. And so when you start, again, just like a business, there are leaders, and they're great leaders, and they're leaders that are not that great. What makes a leader great? This is a question that you need to think about, because your wife could be waiting for you to step up as being a leader. She doesn't want somebody that's just bringing in the dough. I know that's what makes you feel good, but is that what she's actually looking for? Is that what she wants? And don't get me wrong, of course we need money and we want a lot of money, but is she a part of your vision? Is she a part of your Super Bowl? And yes, I'm doing this for the family, but if you were to ask her right now if she was on board with all of the things that you're doing, would she say yes? The reason why you feel disconnected, the reason why you guys are having the type of conversations that you are, is because she's not really a part of your Super Bowl. And so if these are challenges that you're having in your marriage, I'm going to link down below in the description my steps, my 3-step process for being able to run your marriage like a business that would help you start feeling more connected. Until next time, catch you guys later. Peace.